In this video, I'm going to share with you how I stay organized and my number one tip for getting work done. So I'm going to walk through just two things today that help me stay organized, keep all my thoughts in one place, and then a really big lesson I learned on deep work and how to stay focused and get hard stuff done. For me, I'm honestly not a huge technology guy. I feel like the more places that I have different things saved, the more jumbled I am and the more jumbled my head is. So for me, when it comes to being organized, I've tried all the apps to do Notion, everything. But what's really been impactful for me and saved me so much headache was good old pen and paper. How I stay organized is simply this Moleskine, a pen, and a post-it note. I really love this weekly planner edition because it has your week at a glance on this side and then an area to take notes or write down thoughts on this side. And for me, my to-do list is right here on this post-it note, and whatever I have on there I try to knock out during that day, during my work time. But what's really great about this is that I can just take this post-it note off and flip it over to the next page if I didn't get something done that week. We have a lot coming at us at all times. Text messages, notifications from apps, emails, Teams messages, Slack messages. But I found that this habit I actually learned from Abdaal, who in turn stole it from Newport, so I don't feel too bad about it, has really changed how I approach deep work, focus work, and knocking things off my to-do list. In his book, Deep Work, Cal Newport talks about the difference between shallow work and deep work. In summation, shallow work are the mundane day-to-day tasky things that what Cal Newport says doesn't provide a lot of value to the world. Whereas the deep work, the things we need to really focus on and hone in on where we can't be distracted, are things that are going to create value in the world, create something new for the world. I've found that for me, I'm not a great multitasker. I'm really not. I actually think that multitasking is a really bad habit, even though it's something that's celebrated in our culture nowadays. But I've found that my most productive time and my best work comes from single tasking, really focusing on one thing at a time. And that's where this practice of this deep work time comes in. And what it looks like is really making sure you're ready to stay focused for an extended period of time. So what that means is making sure you go to the bathroom, make sure you get your coffee, something that's not going to interrupt this time. The next thing is actually planning out what you're going to do during this time block. So a lot of times people will just put on noise canceling headphones and think, all right, right now I'm going to focus. And then they end up just multitasking in silence. And what Ali Abdaal talks about and what Cal Newport talks about is writing almost a mini to-do list for your deep work time. And so what that could look like. For me right now, I'm trying to build this YouTube channel. So for me, it could be focusing on writing an outline for a video, getting a thumbnail ready for another one, and figuring out 3 ideas for videos next week. So this gives you a North Star during your deep work time. It gives you things that you want to focus on and worry about. The recommended time is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. The research states that we really can't focus for more than 40 to 45 minutes on a particular task. So you don't want to burn yourself out by saying, all right, I'm going to focus on this one thing for 2 hours, because you're going to get 40, 50 minutes in, but you're going to be committed to the deep work time. And then you're just going to continue, and you get this law of diminishing returns as your focus starts to wane into this second hour, but you're remaining focused on the task that really isn't getting done anymore, or at the quality that you really want. I feel like I have a really productive day if I can knock out 3 to 4 chunks of this deep work, which equates to roughly 3 to 4 hours. So we've set things up, we've set our body up, we've gotten our coffee, we have our focus list that we're going to work on. And so now it's time for the headphones. You can throw the AirPods in. I personally do like to listen to instrumental music. Ali Abdaal actually created a really awesome playlist that's a few hours long that is all instrumental. So it's a lot of movie soundtracks, lo-fi beats, things like that. If I listen to music with words, then I get distracted. I start humming along, I start thinking about the song, I think about a memory tied to that song, whereas instrumental music, that doesn't happen for me. Listen to a song or two, prime the pump, and then set your timer, whether it's 40 minutes, 50 minutes, put everything on do not disturb. You don't want notifications coming in. You want to commit to this 50-minute time span of deep, focused work. So great, you knocked out your 50 minutes of deep work, but do not miss this last part. This is something that has been really crucial for me in continuing this habit and continuing this practice of deep work, and that is what's called a focus log. In your focus log, you are going to write down what you accomplished during that focus time. What this does is it gives you a psychological boost, honestly. It gives you insight into what you accomplished during that time, and when you have, like I said, those 3 to 4 sessions a day, and you go back at the end of your day and you look at what you did, it will light you up. You will be really excited, I promise you. When I implemented this habit for an entire week for the first time, I couldn't believe how productive I was. When I really only focused for 3 to 4 hours a day instead of doing a lot of different things for 8 hours a day. It's crazy how productive you can be when you set these parameters for this kind of work. Before I watched that video, I felt like I was drowning in to-dos. I felt like I had so much going on that I couldn't focus my attention on any one thing, and I kept chipping away at this and that and this, but nothing was getting crossed off. Once I implemented this practice, it was crazy how many times I had to start a new to-do list in the same week. I felt so productive. A lot of people really underestimate this practice of deep work. I really want to encourage you to give it a try. Let me know in the comments how it goes for you after practicing this for 1, 2, 3 days. If you try it out for a whole week, I want to hear from you because it was really life-changing for me. And I think it's a habit that would be incredible for you to practice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Maybe even share this. Maybe you have a friend or a coworker who's constantly talking about how long their to-do list is, how they don't have enough time in the day. And you introduce this habit of deep work to them, it could be a game changer.